at Art on 56 Gallery in the heart of Beirut in Gemmayzeh. Madame Haibat Balaa Bawab is a Lebanese fine artist with a BA degree in Fine Arts from Beirut University College, today's LAU. She also has a long academic career in teaching in both LAU and AUST. She is most well known for her collage work and her oil paintings, which employs the same technique of layering that collage work has. I'm here to talk about her current exhibition at Art on 56, Timeless Traditions. Welcome, Mrs. Haibat.
Thank you for having me with you.
It's very nice to be here with you.
Thank you.
Tell me about how the idea of this exhibition started.
Well, in general, I'm a positive person, but at the same time, I get inspired by what's around me. When I started this exhibition, I had in mind, and actually the work is done in 23 and 24. Most of the work is done in 23. But at the beginning of my work, I had an idea because I was hearing about some problems in the politics, as you know. I didn't like this. I want everybody to be in peace, to look positively at things, to love nature, to love the world, and not to quarrel. I started this idea in mind, and I started my collection, one after another. And you know that I love art and I love collage. But I had this time another look for the collage. So I started this collection, and it happened, the struggle in Gaza on the 7th of October. This touched my mind and my heart, but I still continued working on the same idea, developing it. One of my artworks, as you know, said, seeking for peace. I don't want people to quarrel or to fight. The idea of around the table, I wanted everybody to just to sit around, to talk, and finish and discuss the problems that are lacking peace. So I made this idea as well to asking for peace. So this idea came into my mind. I had this time at the same time love for nature. I wanted everybody to see the beauty of nature and to forget about the war and its problems.
And I noticed that in this particular collection, there's a change in scale for your work.
I started first of all the regular scale, 70 by 100, which is normal because a cardboard doesn't have bigger scale than 70 by 100. In the former exhibition, I had 50 by 70. I had even smaller ones, but this time I wanted this scale. But when I did around, I think, 15 collage pieces, I said, I want my collages to get bigger. I want to get out of the frame.
Yeah.
So I decided to work on canvases. I felt happy doing the work on a bigger scale now.
And this particular collection shows how much you're inspired by Beirut, Lebanon, the nature of Lebanon, and the people of Lebanon.
Yes.
Because in every piece, there's people, there's nature. There's always these two subject matter.
You know that human figure is and was always my aim in my artwork since I started. And the human figure means a lot for me because his posture, his action, his movement tells a story. Sometimes they are talking to each other. Sometimes they are expressing a specific mood. Like in the previous exhibition, there was the Lebanese man screaming. So in this exhibition, the figures were peaceful.
Yes.
They were like flowers in nature. They were adding taste to the beauty of nature instead of expressing, but they are expressing happiness at the same time. So it all emerges together to make what I have in mind.
Yeah.
So the human figure is important for me a lot.
What's very interesting and beautiful about your works is also the perspective. You work with perspective. There's abstraction because you don't see features on the faces, but there's still also a sense of realistic perspective and the change of scale of people and in the details that you add.
Yes. And actually my work is semi-abstract, I say. They are flat, yes, but at the same time, there's a hint of space and depth, either in terms of colors or in terms of size. They get smaller in space, or yes, they come fading, probably overlapping effects. All this helps in showing space and depth. So even in a few of the collages, you see that there are more and more people behind in the dark space. For example, the one going out of the show, after the show, or in the coffee shops. See more and more people in the background, and this helps to show space and depth, although it is flat.
Yes, definitely. You've always been a pioneer in collage art.
Thank
It's
you.
still not a
Thank
very
you.
common media in the art world, but really you have a long history in this medium and also a lot of evolution. So when I see your works from 2019 when I first interviewed you and now, you really see the evolution in your work.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Do you think it's important for artists to persevere during times of trauma like war?
In my case, this time, as I wrote in the Agenda Culturelle, I wasn't able to proceed with my peaceful paintings, collages that I've started. I felt that my hands are stuck. And as I told you, this piece, the one that I did at the last time, I said, "Khalas, I cannot proceed more because we're still in the war process, and the conditions were not very happy or feeling good."
Your art becomes kind of your therapy. It's your way of healing.
Yeah. Sure.
Definitely.
If I don't work daily, okay, I feel something missing. I can ask my husband. I have to,
Yes.
because that gives me satisfaction that I did something and I have expressed and have living this day in my life with my artwork that I have put on the paper or on the cardboard, whatever, on the canvas.
Yeah. And to conclude, how is this show different than your previous shows?
How does it change?
Yes.
Well, I started with stamps and newspapers, magazines. So this caught my attention to start with. Actually, when I started, I told you, and was a student at LAU before, my instructor told me, "Well, I haven't seen such a collage before. Do another one, a third one, a fourth one. Khalas, this is your media," he said. "Don't work but collage. It's your media." And then my advisor as well, they all pushed me for this, and I had many people come in saying the same thing. So I started, and the war in 75, as you remember, happened. I couldn't do a painting then. I had only few papers, newspapers and magazines. I took them and I started working on my first exhibition that happened in 1991. And that got great attention, and really it was a success. And then I decided, yes, I will proceed into what I love. But then I developed the work, and I added, every time I added, sometimes it was abstract, sometimes it was more of realistic, but all reflecting the situation that we're living in, all the era that I lived until now. Yeah.
In this particular collection, you use a different kind of paper, a different kind of material?
Well, here, in this one and in my previous exhibition, but more this one, I have created my own papers.
Yes, I noticed.
I have used the gouaches, acrylics, oil paint. I have used oil pastel sometimes. I've created my own papers. I prepare them, then I start dissecting them and arranging things that fit more with this background. So it's kind of putting, I remember every single piece I have at home. So that pleases me, and yes, to do what I have. A composition is very important for me, especially that I taught this course for many years at LAU and UST. So the structure of the composition is important. I don't want to be totally spontaneous. You have to be sometimes spontaneous in selecting a sheet of paper and something like that. But making a good structured composition is my aim.
Okay.
So I plan for it, I think. I imagine it, start putting a few lines just to make what I have in mind, and then I build it. And it's very pleasing to finally, what you have in mind has been put on the canvas or in the paper. Yes, this is what I had in mind, now it is ready. So it's a pleasure.
The process of creation is very fulfilling.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Haibat.
Thank you.
Make sure to see the show at Art 156.